Okay, hello everyone, and welcome back. Today we're starting a new unit. It's on polynomials and factoring. And today we're going to start with adding and subtracting polynomials. And a lot of this should be review for you all. Again, our objective, add and subtract polynomials. Okay? I should move myself over here. Oops. All right. Today's essential question. Guys, what are polynomials? And how do you add and subtract them? Okay? Guys, this is our first vocabulary word. A monomial. All right, a monomial, it's either a real number or a variable, or the product of a real number and one or more variables. Okay? So these are four examples of monomials right here. And down here, these are four examples that are not monomials. Okay, if the variable is underneath the fraction, the denominator here, that's not a monomial. Or if it has a negative exponent, or if it has a fractional exponent, like 1/3 here, or if it's a square root, or a root of any kind, okay? So those are not monomials. All right, our second vocabulary word is polynomial. Right, now a polynomial, it could be a monomial or the sum or difference of two or more monomials. And each of those monomials within a polynomial, we call them terms. Okay, so this is an example of polynomials over here on the left side. And these are examples of what are not polynomials over here on the right side. All right, here's our next vocabulary word, or vocabulary phrase, I guess I'll call it. The degree of a polynomial. It's the greatest degree of any term within the polynomial. Whatever term has the biggest degree, that's the degree of the whole polynomial. All right? And the degree of any term, it's the sum of the exponents of all the variables in that term. All right, as an example here, a constant like 9 here, there is no variable. It has a degree of 0. All right, but x to the first has a degree of 1, x squared has a degree of 2, x to the third has a degree of 3. All right, but something like this, where it's x squared and then y to the third, you add those up. This has a degree of 5, okay? Guys, polynomials, they're named according to their degree and how many terms they have. Okay? So again, with 0 degrees, it's called a constant. 1 degree is linear. Okay, x plus 4, that's linear. That's a straight line. All right? A degree of 2 is a quadratic. And we're going to learn about those later. All right, so x squared is a quadratic. Or x to the third is called cubic. Okay, those are really the ones I want you to know. All right, if it only has one term, it's a monomial. If it has 2 terms, it's a binomial. And 3 terms, like this one right here, is a trinomial. All right? Anything greater than 3 terms, they just call it a polynomial. You know, of 4 terms or of 5 terms or whatever they have, okay? Guys, the standard form of a polynomial, this is our next vocabulary phrase. It's when the terms are written in descending order according to their degree. I need you to know how to do this, how to write a polynomial in standard form. All right, so look at the examples here. This top one, that's correct, because it's x to the 8th, and then x squared, and then x, and then no x. But this second one is not correct, because the x to the 8th comes after the x squared. That's not proper standard form. Right, and this one down here, where you have not yet combined these two like terms, all right? Negative 3x squared minus 4x squared, you should put those together before you write it in standard form. So all the like terms are combined, and the degree drops from left to right. Okay, that's standard form. Guys, in case you should know this by now, but like terms, all right, they're terms, they're monomials with the same variable configuration. All right, like 2x and 19x, like these right here, or 4w and 10w. Those are like terms. And when you have like terms, you can combine them. They can be added and subtracted together. You keep the variable configuration the same and just add or subtract the coefficient. Remember, the coefficient is the number in front of the variable. We talked about that before. Guys, on the right side here again is examples of terms that are not alike. You can't combine 2x and 19a. You can't combine those. Right? Or 4w and 10w squared. No. Those variable configurations are not exactly the same. They have to be exactly the same to be combined. All right, again, when you add two polynomials, you combine the like terms and then write them in standard form. That's what you do. So let's look at an example of adding these two polynomials right here in parentheses. What I do first, I write the first one in standard form, right up top here like this. And the second one, I write it in standard form, putting like terms one on top of each other. Now, this doesn't have any x's in it. There's no x term, so I just put a placeholder in here, 0. All right, just as if we were adding up columns in place values, like adding up numbers, like 123. Okay? And then just add up the like terms. 4 plus 3 is 7x squared. Right? 2x plus 0x is 2x, okay? And then 6 minus 3 is 3, all right? Just add up like terms. Again, you don't have to write it up and down like this, but it might help you. All right, next, subtracting two polynomials. So you're given a problem where you have to subtract two polynomials. The first thing you should do is distribute this negative sign over these three terms in this example. All right, so take the negative out here times 3x squared, and then times 5x, and then times negative 8, and rewrite it as an addition problem. Now you just add up the two polynomials like we just did before. So the sign changes for each of the terms in the second polynomial. 3x squared becomes negative 3x squared. 5x becomes negative 5x. And negative 8 changes to positive 8. Now we can just line them up again like we did before and add up like terms. So again, 6 minus 3 is 3x squared. All right, 3x plus negative 5x is negative 2x. And 8 minus 2 is 6, okay? You can just do it just like that. All right, right now, please fill out today's notes assignment and complete the summary. All right, that's in the green folder, which is where this video is right now. Move this out of the way. Guys, prepare for the next Zoom meeting. We're going to try breakout rooms this time, 4 different breakout rooms, where students are assigned these 4 vocabulary words. One of those words. You need to get the definition, and I gave them to you right in the slideshow. Okay, you should be able to get them. And then you come back into the main Zoom meeting and share the definition with the whole group, okay? All right, guys, that's it. Thanks.